Hello everybody, my name is Devin and welcome to the first episode of Dev's Doubts, a show inspired by Schlatt's Weekly Slap and Woody Gamertag's Mail Monday, where we take anonymous confessions and personal messages from you, the community, to be dragged into the light, bringing in a perspective to hopefully help you make your own decisions. If you want your message to be featured in the next video, consider filling in the form in the description down below. Now, our topic in this video is on a person who presumably keeps lying to themselves and can't stop. Here's the message. Every day I repeat the same mistake. Every day I know what I have to do to move forward, but I don't do it. I see a path in front of me where I am nothing but successful, yet every day I choose to walk the other way. But it's not as if the other direction is a completely useless path of time-wasting endeavors. Both paths are things I'm very passionate about. It's gonna sound stupid, but the other path is Brawlhalla. There's not a single day where I don't dream about competing in Brawlhalla esports, not a day where I'm not watching tournament VODs or playing. It's not to say that I'm not passionate about my work, but it can never reach the passion I have for Brawlhalla. The thing is, I don't see a future for Brawlhalla, nor do I see a future for myself in Brawlhalla. The game is not growing, and it seems that BMG will never make the effort to make the game mainstream enough, or popular enough so that content creation and or competitive esports is a viable career option. It's clear to me that it's a losing battle, trying to find solace and hoping that one day Brawlhalla could be the right choice, but it isn't. It would be much more productive for me to just focus on my work, my health, and my life as a whole. I know that a real meaningful and purposeful life doesn't include me playing Brawlhalla on a daily basis, that it probably comprises of me focusing on work and purpose, but every day I slip away, enveloped in my love for the game. It's as if there's two people living in my body, one who's driven to develop himself in the realm of Brawlhalla esports, and the other committed to creating a life outside of that. I told myself countless times that I was going to quit. It seemed that every time I was close to never opening the game again, that side of me grew stronger and more passionate to compete. It's not helping that every day I'm getting better. Winning matches I used to get 3-stocked in, beating those who used to seem untouchable to me. I know what I should do, to step away as fast as possible and really immerse myself in the so-called purpose I sought out to pursue. It's as if I'm in a perpetual game of tug-of-war against myself, and I'm losing to that side of me who will never give up on his dream of competing in Brawlhalla. That side of me who keeps deluding himself into endeavors that pull me further and further away from the truly fruitful life I dream of. The one I know I'm capable of achieving if I let go one of the things I truly love most in life. Okay, so from what you've given me, I can see that you're a very passionate person, and this is tough. There are multiple paths in front of you that seem to be so paralyzing to choose from because you love one over the other, but are passionate about both. It's important to realize that your love for competing in Brawlhalla is not stupid, and it's completely normal, by the way. You're passionate about it, so it gets confusing to choose between paths because you know yourself that competitive Brawlhalla or anything to really do with Brawlhalla just does not provide you with the long-term stability you so sought for. This other path you can take seems to be more responsible, but understandably feels less electrifying for you to follow through with. As a passionate person myself, I'm gonna have to tell you that passion is not logical, and almost never is. You'd have to externally realize that our brains crave instant rewards, so that very visible improvement in your game, like winning a match against someone who used to overpower you, is much more powerful than delayed gratification, like achieving success in a career. On top of that, you said that it's a losing battle, and Brawlhalla's stagnant growth does not help feeding into that reality when you keep hoping for a miracle to happen. And you're getting better, so maybe it's not pointless. But that is what's in psychology is known to be cognitive dissonance, a phenomenon where you hold two contradictory beliefs at the same time. And here you're stuck believing that Brawlhalla is not worth your time, but also believe that you might miss your chance and that your time spent might make the outcome worth your time. This situation is similar to that of other dreams that seem to be lost causes. Let's take an upcoming athlete in a niche or dying sport as an example. They will not garner the same lucrative career as one with potential in a more mainstream sport, and depending on how niche that sport is, going all in may not even be viable. Now, is quitting the game a betrayal to yourself? This is for you to think on. Your Brawlhalla self presents you with joy, the joy of developing mastery and feeling the community. However, your real-world self provides you with duty given that a path that you think guarantees you success is there, yet it feels less alive to take. I'm gonna tell you this straight, no matter how much you think of the game or how much it means to you, Brawlhalla is a part of your identity, but it does not define you. Brawlhalla, all in all, in terms of popularity and success, like you said, is just a mediocre game. It's not Minecraft, so the ceiling you'd reach when succeeding is not worth it, and you might fall into this idea of a sunk cost fallacy, where you've spent so much time on Brawlhalla that it feels wrong and a waste of time to leave it. But in this case, it's really never wrong for you to leave Brawlhalla, given that the game itself would not provide you with a positive enough outcome in the case of you succeeding. Every time you try to quit, you improve in game and relapse. Remember, addiction comes in nearly any form, and improvement is addictive, because that win instantly validates your time spent in the game, making it even more difficult to move away. Then you might be presented with that one more try crap, because what if you're on the verge of breaking through? This is equivalent to being that guy in the picture where he's mining through the dirt and walking away when the diamonds are right on the other side of the wall. Except in this case, there aren't many diamonds in the dirt overall. So even if you do find them, it's probably not worth much of your time. You probably expected this, but this all or nothing mindset you have is keeping you stuck, so there must be a middle ground that you could follow through with. The other path you spoke of that guarantees you success isn't something to give up, but that does not mean that you can't do Brawlhalla on the side. Most esports professionals, mind you, do their gaming on the side, and only very few solely play games as a source of income and a successful career. For example, you could treat Brawlhalla like a reward system, where if you work a certain amount of hours in the day, you could play, or you could channel more of these skills into content creation because that's more viable. Or you could set an actual deadline for yourself where if you don't achieve your envisioned success in Brawlhalla by this date, you pivot. I just want you to try to opt for an alternative method of going about Brawlhalla rather than spend all your time on this game if you aren't willing to quit. What many fear most is regret, and that regret filled with what ifs is probably gonna stick with you for a while, along with this other fear of wasting time, which just sucks. But is time spent on activities that bring you joy really a waste of time? Or is the guilt that comes from choosing this joy over the possible success in other outcomes the real problem? You know, if we replace Brawlhalla here with anything else that seems impractical, like arts, we'd probably arrive in the same position, and society as well as your favorite creator is probably going to tell you to follow your dreams. But I'm not here to just tell you that. Follow your dreams, sure, but be realistic and first understand how you're going to do so. Brawlhalla can and should be more of a hobby rather than your main focus in life. Pursue multiple dreams because you can, and take opportunities that you think are going to help you succeed in life. But do not forget to be sustainable, logical, and realistic about your approach. So if you aren't quitting Brawlhalla, set boundaries. Don't allow Brawlhalla to interfere with other important aspects of your life like work, and try your best to realize when it does. If you're leaving it, leave the dream if you have to. Brawlhalla, like it or not, is a part of your identity, and letting go of an identity hurts. But stagnation hurts way more and gets worse in the long term. Whether you choose to quit or compromise, either way, you can grow as a person and learn from these experiences. So I wish you the best of luck, and the best for your future endeavors. Also, thank you for submitting this experience and being vulnerable about it. Now they've left me a note here that has been told to not be included in the video, but I'm gonna have to elaborate on some points. Anything told in the form and video stays in the form and video. I don't know who you are, and I will not try find out who you are at all. So don't hesitate to put anything in your message, and please do not downplay your situations. Every individual's experiences are special to their own, and one's reactions to a situation differs from one another. So if you have a personal message you'd like me to discuss and react to, feel free to fill in the form down in the description below. This is the first video of Dev's Doubts, hopefully out of many, and if you've enjoyed it, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to never miss another video. And I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye!